now we're good.
Okay. So I will not be surprised if I got a lot of these wrong because this is difficult for me. I don't know why. But okay, so which of the following is not correct? I have D. Some economists argue that the cost of moderate inflation are not nearly as large as the general public believes.
So that's what I thought it was between B and D, but when I ended up finding it, I found B.
Really? Huh. I thought they said that it had. Okay. All right.
But when I really thought about it, though, because this isn't so, I mean, the book does have this, but this is more if you just look at our country over this time. For the last 40 or so years, U.S. inflation hasn't shown variation from its average rate of about 2%. If you go back 40 years ago, that puts us in 1978. And that's when the Jimmy Carter hyperinflation was happening.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
I can take number 2.
Okay.
If the real interest is 6% and the price level is falling at a rate of 2%, what is the nominal interest rate? I had 4%.
That's what I have.
Let me see if I did that. I had 8. Because if
because you go backwards, never mind.
Yeah, because 8% is the nominal rate, and then you minus the inflation rate of 2%.
And you get the real rate. That's right.
Oh, hold on. Let me go look at this equation. Because I thought I did turn it around. Hold on.
I get confused on those too. That's why I'm like, let me make sure I did it right, because you're having to do it backwards in your head.
Yeah, I thought I did. Sure I gotta look at this again.
I get it wrong half the time, so I won't be surprised if I'm wrong here, but I think that's right.
That's probably right.
I'm gonna find that. I'm just gotta find it so that I can see it. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm looking in the PowerPoint. At the beginning. Okay, real versus nominal variables. Okay, so.
Oh wait, or let's see. No. Oh, these ones are so confusing.
Find the equation. Who has a baby?
Oh, that's me.
Okay, is it the no?
Straight.
It's not the velocity one. I cannot find the equation.
I don't know if you'll find it very quick because I think this is 2-3 weeks ago.
No, this was just in this one.
So it says the real interest rate was what, 6 and the inflation was 2?
If the real interest rate is 6 and inflation, that's where I might have got it wrong. Price level is falling at a rate of 2%.
Shoot. Okay, so if I plug it into there's like this calculator online, the inflation rate is 2, but if it's falling by 2, it'd be -2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait.
That makes it more complicated. So it'd be -2, which would be, it'd be 4 if it's falling by 2. If it is -2%.
Yeah, that's right. I just found it. So yeah, you guys were right on that.
Okay, it's driving me nuts that I cannot find the freaking equation. I know it was in the PowerPoint this week.
Yeah, so I found it. It's nominal, so it's N. So nominal equals real interest rate R plus I inflation rate. So it's N equals R plus I.
So N equals 6 minus 2.
Yeah, so that's the only thing is, so if it was 2.
Where did you find it?
Oh, I literally just looked it up online. Yeah, I wasn't going to go look through the PowerPoints. I was like, I know I've seen it. And that's to find the nominal. And then they have the other ones for the real and inflation rate and all that. You just switch around the variables.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one got me on the falling part because I did it as if it was rising.
Yeah.
I found it.
So it's like a
The
double.
Fisher. It's the
Double
Fisher
negative, yeah. Oh, dang
Okay, nominal interest rate equals inflation rate plus real interest rate. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry.
Okay. Well, we got that one figured out now. That's good because we were different on it. Number 3, from the early 1980s through the 1990s, the nominal interest rate, I got A, fell because the Fed got inflation under control.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Number 4, the evidence from hyperinflations indicates that money growth and inflation, I have A, are positively related, which is consistent with the quantity theory of money.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yep. That's what I got. And then 5, if the CPI rises, the number of dollars needed to buy a represented basket of goods, I put B, increases, and so does the value of money falls.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 6, refer to figure 30-3, which of the following events could explain a shift of the money supply curve from MS1 to MS2. I put C, an open market purchase of bonds by the Federal Reserve.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. 7, open market purchases by the Fed make the money supply, I put B, increase, which makes the value of money decrease.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then 8, if M equals 2,000, P equals 2.5 or 2.25, and Y equals 6,000, what is the velocity? I've got 6.75.
Yeah.
Yes.
A.
9, the price level is, and I got D, nominal variable.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Based on the quantity equation, if M equals 100, V equals 3, and Y equals 150, then P equals C 2.
Yeah.
Yep. And then 11, suppose the United States unexpectedly decided to pay off the debt by printing new money. Which of the following would happen? And I put D, all the above are correct.
Yep, that's what I got. Number 12, under the assumptions of the Fisher effect and monetary neutrality, if the money supply growth rate falls, then C, the nominal interest rate falls, but the real interest rate does not.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, 13, the inflation tax, D, all of the above are correct.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 14, which of the following are U.S. taxpayers allowed to adjust for inflation for the purpose of income taxes? I put D, neither interest, income, nor capital gains.
Yes, that's what I got.
Okay, I guessed, so I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Number 15, Marta lends money at a fixed interest rate, and then inflation turns out to be higher than she had expected it to be. The real interest rate she earns is D, lower than she had expected, and the real value of the loan is lower than she had expected.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I found that one, and it says it's right. The wording kind of throws me off because I know, like, apparently the real value just applies to everybody no matter what, because the value is actually better than she expected.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the value to her, not the real value. Kind of confusing.
Yeah.
I thought it had to do with hold on, Marta lends money, fixed interest rate, inflation turns out to be higher. Oh,
So that kind of goes
I
back to
thought
the
it had
nominal thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because the nominal is higher and the real interest rate is lower based on inflation.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
depending on if it's falling or going up.
thinking that it meant like if the inflation rate was higher than her money, like the interest that she would earn is not worth as much. Does that make sense? Like, So if inflation went up, then even though she might still get this more of a return, it's the value of that is not as high because of inflation.
And I guess I was looking at it as a loan that she was the one paying the interest.
Oh. Oh yeah, no, she lent money to someone. So
Okay.
okay, so when Haley states that inflation by itself always reduces the real return on her saving, I have A has expressed the idea of the inflation tax.
It's what I originally put, but I'm pretty sure it's C has committed the inflation fallacy because in the wording it says when Haley states the inflation by itself always reduces the real return on her savings. If your like wages go up by more than the inflation, or how much you're able to invest goes up by more than the inflation, then that's actually not the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get A as well, Adam?
No, so I got C, and I like the key word that you look at when you go to see it,
Always.
so you know it's the fallacy. And a good like key indication for any of the fallacies is always. So it's always reduces, and that's not the case. So
That makes sense to me.
Yep. And then 17, people go to the bank more frequently to reduce currency holdings when inflation is high. The sacrifice of time and convenience that is involved in doing this is referred to as the shoe leather cost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 18, indexing the tax system to take into account the effects of inflation would by itself A, mean that only real interest earnings are taxed?
Yeah, that's what I got. And then 19, during the last tax year, you lent money at a nominal rate of 6%. Actual inflation was 1%, but people had been expecting 1.5%. The difference between the actual and the expected inflation, and I got C.
I got A on that one.
Oh, you got A?
Let me see if I.
You to the borrower. Borrower to you.
Inflation rate was 1%. People have been expecting. You might be right. I may have been reading that one wrong because you lent the money at 6%.
Yeah, so I know it'd be you to the borrower for sure, and then I think it's the lower one too, since it's swapped the other way around.
Right. Yeah, I know that it's not. I knew it wasn't B or D. It was A or C that I was contemplating.
Yeah, so I think it's that one.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let me see if I can find that one.
Okay. Yeah, because it says people had been expecting 1.5, so it was 0.5 lower than you were expecting.
Right.
So that one works. And then it's the inflation rate. Yeah, so we just need to check to see if it was you to the borrower.
Yeah, I couldn't find that one, and I think I probably just did it wrong. It makes sense now that I read it again. So I think you're right on that one.
Okay.
Question 20.
I can handle this one. Since it's my turn. And this one's pretty easy. So, okay. In order to maintain stable prices, a central bank must C, tightly control the money supply.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Thanks.
Yep. There we go.
On the fly.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and submit it. Ooh. Got 19 out of 20. I'm not going to. Good for me.
Wonder which one it was.
I don't. That's a good grade.
He's got 2 weeks left.
Yeah, in the final. Yep.
final exam the next
It's nice
week.
that it's just like a regular exam. It's not like some comprehensive final or anything. So
Oh, good. Yay. I haven't even looked.
yeah,
I
I
have
went
a
and looked.
huge research paper due for another class, and that's what I'm stressing about. It's like
Nice.